Hello, and welcome to a freestyle, unscripted, guided meditation story. So I've selected a whole bunch of different oracle cards, and I will be making up a story as I go along from the images that I see. So I would like to invite you to sit back and relax. You can lie down if you want to. Close your eyes and just listen to this guided meditation story. So I don't know where it's going to go. So we'll see what adventure we go on. So as it's a guided meditation story, you are the protagonist of this story. So you are the leading character. So before we begin, I would like to invite you to take a couple of deep breaths and slowly exhale. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, now let's begin. You find yourself standing on a hill, and you find yourself in the land of magical realms. Behind you is a large white crystal palace, and all around you can see mountains covered with green fir trees. The sky above you is colored orange, so you're a bit confused because the sun is shining, so it is the middle of the day. But you can also see stars. In front of you is an orb, and there is blue light inside. Surrounding the orb is white light. The orb is moving just ever so gently back and forth. And next to you is a beautiful, large, turquoise blue butterfly that's just fluttering around you. And it's talking to you telepathically and is inviting you to move forward and to walk along the hillside. So you begin to walk, and you can smell the fresh air, and you can hear the sounds of the birds and hear the sound of twigs crunching beneath your feet as you walk across the beaten track. You've been walking for quite some time, and then you see in front of you a bright white light. And as you get closer, you realize it is an angel. You can't see the face of the angel because they are shining so brightly, and they are covered with bright white light, and behind them is a aura of green light. The angel tells you that they are of healing light. So whatever it is that you would like to be healed from, they can bring that light and direct it towards your heart chakra. The angel invites you to hold your hands in front of you and imagine that you're holding an orb of white light. You place your hands in front of you and imagine that you're holding an orb, and suddenly you see it manifest. You are actually holding a white orb light, and it gets brighter and brighter. The angel invites you to push the orb gently smaller and smaller, and so it becomes concentrated. So you move your hands towards each other to create the orb to become concentrated, to become smaller. And as you do that, the bright white light changes color and becomes green. And you can see swirling lights of different colors, turquoise and green and yellow. The angel invites you to bring that orb into your heart center and to absorb it, and it will heal whatever it is that needs healing. It will bring light into your whole body. So you bring the orb towards your heart center, and the light orb gets absorbed inside your body. Upon absorbing this light orb, you feel a sense of peace and relaxation and pure bliss. You feel euphoric, you feel joy, and you feel loved and comforted and secure. It is the most euphoric feeling you've ever experienced. And you look down at your arms and your hands, and you notice that there is a slight glittering light aura emanating from your skin. The angel tells you that the light has been absorbed into your very core being, and now you have the power to manifest that light orb anytime you wish and send it into the universe, into the collective consciousness, but also to bring it towards your heart center. You have now been given this gift of healing, not only yourself, but also others around you, and also the collective consciousness. The angel tells you that they will now leave and bid you goodbye. You continue walking, and in front of you, you see a large tree, and it is very huge, and it doesn't have any leaves on it. There are blue butterflies flying all around the tree, and in the distance you see white horses and foxes and a rabbit. The white rabbit looks at you and speaks to you, and you're astounded that a rabbit is talking. The rabbit sees the aura of light surrounding you and asks you if you can heal the tree and bring it back to life, and for it to be blossomed with green leaves and fruits. You're not sure how to do this, but you follow your intuition and you walk up to the tree and you place your hands on the trunk of the tree. You hear the voice of the angel in your head reminding you that you have the power of healing. And as you close your eyes and take a deep breath, you suddenly feel warmth coming out of your hands, and you can see and feel light coming out of your very fingertips. You open your eyes and you see that it is actually happening. Light is coming out of your hands and into the trunk of the tree, into the bark. And as you do that, light flows up all around the tree, and suddenly you see the tree coming back to life, and it then slowly becomes covered with bright green leaves, and then one by one plums appear all over the tree. Beautiful, ripe, purple plums. And the rabbit and the foxes and the horses are delighted. The rabbit goes up to the tree and picks up a plum and starts to eat it, and it is delicious. The animals thank you for healing their tree. You nod your head and then put your hands together in a prayer position, and you thank them also. You then say goodbye to them and you continue your journey. Upon walking, you see a large waterfall, and the waterfall is colored different colors. There's a section of orange light and yellow light and blue light and purple light. And you're wondering, this is very curious. And then a voice appears out of nowhere, and you hear somebody telling you that this is the waterfall of divine love. The voice invites you to stand underneath the waterfall of divine love, to be rejuvenated and to be filled with love. They assure you that you won't get wet because this is a special kind of waterfall. The water is not the type that gets you wet. It is infused with cosmic light. You then walk towards the waterfall and you stand underneath the first section of the waterfall, which is orange, and you realize you're not getting wet. The water light is just filling you up, and it just feels really lovely and it feels really warm. And you can almost smell a faint smell of oranges. As you stand underneath it, you feel your body feeling rejuvenated and you feel energized. Next, you walk a little bit to the right, and then you're standing underneath the yellow waterfall light, and you can smell citrus smells, smell lemon, and again you feel your whole body energized. You stand there underneath it for quite some time because it feels really relaxing. You then move on to the next waterfall section, which is green, and when you stand underneath it, you can smell the fresh fragrance of pine leaves and freshly cut grass and green leaves, and it smells really lovely and relaxing. You then stand underneath the blue light waterfall, and you can smell the scent of salty sea air, and it smells lovely, and you can almost hear the sounds of the waves. And finally, you stand underneath the purple waterfall light, and you can smell the smell of plums, and it feels lovely to be standing underneath it. After some time, you walk out of the waterfall and you realize that you are completely dry, and the voice was right, that this was indeed a very special waterfall. You continue on your journey and carry on walking. The sun feels really nice and warm on your back, but it isn't too hot. It's the perfect weather. Upon walking, you then come across a sorcerer, and he's sitting on the ground surrounded by 4 very large pillar-type crystals. The crystals are almost the size of half of your body, and he's sitting there in meditation. You don't want to disturb him, so you just stand a little bit further away and just observing what he is doing. He senses your presence and smiles and welcomes you to the magical realm. You ask him what he is doing, and he tells you that he is healing the planet using the crystals and also his intention. And he invites you to join him. So you sit down and all join him in his meditation. He then asks you to place your hands on the crystal so that you can send the pillar of light into the very core of the planet. The end.